know my name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 207 of Fourth and Jawn. I am Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn, Mr. Prime in the building, and Mr. Jimmy Smith talking Eagles Superlatives.
What's a superlative, Gail?
Hey, back in high school, maybe junior high school, you maybe got class clown, maybe you got, best dressed, maybe most athletic, maybe best shaved man parts, whatever that may be. But we're talking Eagles Superlatives. It's a fun exercise in the idea of it's perception right now. We're trying to figure out who this football team is. But we could do this at the end of the season. But I think it's interesting. We start this off right with the Superlatives for this episode. How are you guys feeling, by the way?
Doing pretty well. The weather is getting warmer. The pollen is killing me, as I'm sure it's killing everybody out there. Allergy season is gone full bore. But you could start to feel it, man. You could start to feel that energy. You start to see the practices happening day in and day out. Nick Sirianni's out there mingling with the reporters, getting that rapport down, getting the juices flowing. It's starting to feel more and more like football season every day, and I'm getting excited for it, man. I'm really starting to like this team a lot.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Prime.
Good.
No, I'm just as excited. Again, watching some of the videos, some of the practices. Yeah, it's like Evan said. The fact that the warm weather is here, it's opening up things, and then seeing that clip of Nick interacting with the with the reporters today, that was just like it was a good sign. I mean, one question got thrown out there. He might be able to do that, but can the man catch a beer while on the bus and stuff like that? I'm like, wow, they find a way. They know how to find a way. But,
always count on it.
But I'm excited, man. Again, just seeing some of these practices going on and some of the highlights that I'm seeing out of that. So I'm ready to go, man. The blood is like really starting to flow and get excited.
Ready to go would be an understatement. And the answer is yes. Nick Sirianni would catch a beer. One of the things we love about this staff is, their whole line of literally working with wide receivers, quarterbacks, everything screams that this offense is going to be explosive. Watching the tapes, watching training camp, I know a lot of people, you can't get excited about, yes, you can. And I always harass anyone I see in Eagles green, but the screams get louder as the days go by. Birds football is coming, and I am getting pumped about this team. We know there's a lot of unknown, going to be some bumpy roads, but the excitement just for what is about to happen. I mean, we got Devontae Smith, dude. We might have 3 first-round picks next year. The cap's going up. We're going to have cap space. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for the Philadelphia Eagles this year to get rocking. So let's go, baby. I'm pumped.
That is correct.
Well, something to get pumped about is this damn superlatives list. Yes, the 2021 Eagles Superlatives. We could start by real quick. What superlatives, we'll go around the room, did you get back in high school? We'll start with Evan.
I mean, among my friend group or among the rest of the class? Among my friend group, most likely to finish an eighth in a weekend. Among among the rest of my classmates, I would say I got the Charlie Hustle Award. What's up? The Charlie Hustle Award when I was in baseball camp. Hard worker. Other than that, I was a class clown type, man. I did nothing but crack jokes, interrupt classes, that sort of thing. That's where I landed. That's what brought me here.
To be honest with you, man, I can't even remember, bro. Like, all I could think about was in high school days, I was nowhere near the size that I am now. I was skinny as shit. I was pretty much geeking it. And
how much were you weighing in high school? Like that?
Man,
now that you say that,
I was probably like $145, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I'm being dead ass serious. Like my high school years, I was very skinny and shit. But yeah, I I'm really trying my hardest to remember. But if anything, I definitely probably was just wondering like where's he gonna end up in life? That type of category, like, and I didn't even know myself. But look, I mean, I am where I am. That's all I can say.
Okay, so he had most lost. Okay.
Good choice. Good choice.
Would you believe it? If you pop open my yearbook, there's me, class clown, and that's what I was, man. I was pretty wild as I am now. I was then. So
Interesting.
What about you, Gail?
I was
Yeah,
I was best dressed.
I can
and,
believe it.
I was class athlete.
All right, you don't need to fucking show us up just because all we did was make.
Nah, he's just adding categories as we go, man. You know,
I'm just saying that's what I got, bro. That's what I got.
Right.
So
all right.
this is started with the superlatives. We're gonna get it crackling. These guys haven't even seen the list. So are you guys ready? You a little concerned?
Not at all.
I'm always ready, man.
Born
And
ready.
and we're gonna have
your
the
support, Mark.
we're gonna have the people in the chat active as well. Give us some of your takes as well. We'd like to hear it. So we'll start off with Phil's jersey. Cliff Lee in the house. Most likely to throw to on third down.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to give Devontae Smith this nod. I think that if we're going, what makes the most sense, what's the most logical, it's Devontae Smith. I'm going to go outside the box and just go with someone that has been sure-handed, and I know that everyone has written him off. It's going to be one of the tight ends. If Zach's here, it's Zach. If Zach's not here, I'm going to say Dallas.
Carson's not here anymore, man.
That's who I was gonna go with.
I mean, Tim's in here saying Greg Ward. That was actually where my friend.
I literally thought
my mind went Greg Ward. My mind went Greg Ward, but now looking at the rest of this wide receiver
Ward.
group,
I thought that's what
in previous years, yeah, he was the most consistent guy.
Someone mentioned earlier that he would start on any team.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I know. And I somewhat agree with that. Looking at the rest of this wide receiver group, it's not Greg Ward anymore. But in years past, yeah, dude.
I'm with Evan. I think that Greg Ward, he's got sure hands. That's one thing he does have, no matter who the quarterback is, what's going on, he comes in ready. But I also agree with that statement made earlier. Not so sure he'd be starting anywhere, and I don't think he should be starting here. You heard the comment from Jalen Reagor today, going to be interchangeable. That we've been talking about that for weeks. Going to see these guys lining up. Who cares if they're X, Z, slot? No one cares. So Greg Ward doesn't necessarily have a home here as a starting guy. It could be Fulgham, Smith, Reagor, your starters. So I don't think he's necessarily a starter, but sure hands indeed.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential in that wide receiver core. So I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, but I was definitely going to go with Dallas. I feel that if Ertz isn't going to be here, that go-to guy on that third down conversion will probably be Dallas Goedert.
We're getting pretty close.
Greg Ward, we got Dallas Goedert, we have Miles Sanders. Mora has Fulgham. Pete says the Eagles' best receiver in 2020 was Greg Ward. Okay. And Ryan says he is horny.
Well, so hold on a second. The Zach Ertz, moving him would make sense after June 2nd, right?
Yeah.
That's
on the second.
On the second.
He's gone, bro. Like, just get it over with.
That's not what I was getting
Let
at.
the man finish.
Yeah, let me finish my freaking statement, pal.
You did say Zach Ertz.
Yo, we ain't in school no more,
Yeah,
Mr. Athletic and pretty
Yeah, I
dressed.
did.
All right. Go ahead and finish, Evan.
You're in Class Clown's class right now. All right?
I'll mute your ass. Go ahead.
I'm saying we're a week away from that. I'm saying we've been talking for months now about how Zach Ertz is surely gone. Zach Ertz is surely gone. We're going to know in a week probably. So let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Mine would be Devontae Smith. That guy's he's a game wrecker, and he's gonna move the chains.
Should we go with over? Hold on. Can we go with an over/under on how many Devontae Smith answers we're going to be getting out of all these?
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. But we're going to go with the sack master.
The sack master. That's gonna be our new guy, bro.
Kerrigan
Coming in on the rotation. It's gonna be Ryan Kerrigan. He's not going to get as many snaps. But you look at just pretty much what Fletcher's numbers have been, because I think everybody that looks at our defensive line, everybody thinks that Fletcher Cox is obviously the most powerful, probably best athlete we have on that line. That's no doubt. Dude gets double teamed all the time, though, man. His stack numbers aren't exactly, he doesn't really hit double digits. Ryan Kerrigan's a guy that just he gets sacks, man. He knows how to get to the quarterback. And so I could see him running up the numbers this year. I certainly can.
Is that a collective thought? Like, I feel like he sneakily got 5 sacks last year, and he was a part-timer. I think he's going to get a bigger opportunity, slice of the pie, and I think he'll be a little bit fresher. Did we all just think Ryan Kerrigan was going to be the guy?
I mean, Mark's coming in here talking about your breakout player last year.
That's who I'm going with. Josh Sweat. That's where I think they're both going to be in the same role. They're both rotational pass rushers, and they're going to feast. And I think it doesn't mean anything when you say that. It doesn't matter if BG and DB are starting. These guys are going to come in and do their job. Gail just mentioned the fact that he came in for 397 snaps last year, I think. So he wasn't used like he was years prior, but that's fine. He still got enough in the tank that when he does come in, he's going to feast. So if it's not Kerrigan, Sweat, that here at 4th and John, we love us some Josh Sweat. I think he's going to beat some ass. And that's not to say Brandon Graham isn't, but, Brandon Graham's going to take a lot of, heat, and that's going to allow guys like this to feast.
I can't get over this Seth MacFarlane look of Kerrigan.
Yeah, he looks like him a little bit.
It is, dude. I have been trying to figure out since we signed him who he looked like. I'm like, he looks just like somebody, man. It's Seth MacFarlane.
It is.
It's Seth MacFarlane.
All right, I'm gonna go with in thought I had Kerrigan, but I'm gonna go with BG, man. Like he did his thing last year. I think this year, he's gonna have a better opportunity to get even more sacks. I figure he looked back at last season at what he did, and I think he'll build off of what he did last season. So I'm going to give it to Brandon Graham as the sack master.
Love it.
But speaking of sacks and mastering of the sacks, there are breaking news. We have breaking news. This important PSA is brought to you by Manscaped.com. This is your pubic service announcement and the news you've all been waiting for. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created a Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in USA and Canada. The new trimmer was just released only moments ago, and we are one of the first to get our hands on it and share the news. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code FANSIDED20 at manscaped.com.
Yes, and we were one of the first people to be able to try the new 4.0. We've been blown away by the performance, the craftsmanship, and the details on the 4.0 are next level. Their advanced ceramic blade they got is skin-safe technology. It protects you against all those little nicks, and you getting in there. You get a little bit too deep sometimes with those not those market razors out there, the trimmers. This is built differently. This has the skin safe technology. Prior to the Manscaped, you just find me in my bathroom. I'm in there with scissors and knives and machetes. I'm trying to figure out how to take down this bush. Man, the Manscaped has my answer. How is it different? You may ask yourself. The multifunction on-off switch can engage a travel lock, and that's created for people that like to travel because you don't want to be growing out a big old shrubbery when you're out there on your road game trips, whether it be to Las Vegas, down to Atlanta, wherever. You want to be able to be protected and ready wherever you go. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn on that 4K LED spotlight on and off for a more precise shave. It's got 4 different guard lengths. Sizes 1 through 4, and looks wise, this thing's sleek, man. Got a 2-tone matte and gloss finish. It even features a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. Yeah, show that mower off loud and proud. Find someone to use it for. Get yourself a Manscaped.
The optimized lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is waterproof, so you can groom in the shower and not have to worry about making a mess on the bathroom floor. Did I mention wireless charging? The Lawnmower 4.0's new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. If you're still trimming your face with your ball trimmer, it's time to make some changes. No person wants to end up with pubes in their mouth, and your balls will thank you.
So make sure you guys get that 20% off and free shipping with the code FANSIDED20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code FANSIDED20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Well done. I'm very proud of you guys. The next one, if you guys are ready for this one, this is even.
I feel like I'm ready for anything after a Manscaped read.
Yes. Fresh. I feel fresh. I feel fresh.
You gotta be clutch. The whole squad's let you down, but no, you're enough to turn this whole damn thing around. You got the touch.
Where do you find this shit at?
Hey, man, I be all over the interweb.
Dude.
I gotta be Gail, I am so glad that you didn't brief me with that, and I just saw that live for the first time with everybody else. Because that was not something I would never predict you to pull that for this show. That was amazing. What even is the category?
Yo, clutch gene, bro. Clutch gene. Clutch gene. Let's go around the room.
Can we go back to talking about balls real quick?
I can't get
who's the most clutch on the squad right now? I mean, there's a lot of guys that have been added, but who is most clutch on the Philadelphia?
People aren't going to like this answer, but I think this year it's going to be Jalen Hurts. I think that he's going to come in and be Mr. Clutch. I think that Nick Sirianni's going to find a way to use this young man to the best of his ability. And I think he's going to flourish with this run game we have, all the great receivers, tight ends that we talk about, an offensive line that stays healthy, a good defense that, helps this offense, doesn't just keep them. We don't need to talk about last year. This new team, it gets me excited. And I think our leader, QB1 Jalen Hurts, is going to shut up a lot of the haters, and it's going to be very fun to watch.
I like that. I like that answer.
My clutch guy, I'm going to go with Miles Sanders, man. I've been watching some of the practices, but just some of the interviews that he's been given and his confidence level going into the season. I think, the guy is talking about, hey, listen, I'm not worried about 17 games. That's just more yards for me. That attitude right there is just like, man, he's hungry, So I'm going to go with Sanders on that one.
Joe Flacco's always been clutch. I'm kidding.
Not in practice, then.
No, so I'm gonna go with and this is something that I'm not even sure if it entirely makes sense because we haven't seen the kid hit the field other than in college. I'm going Devontae, man. I think Devontae is one of those guys. No, for real. I think he's one of those guys with ice in his veins, man. He is I feel like he doesn't feel that big moment. He's able to just hone in on the game and really just make the most of every opportunity that he's given. I really, really loved that one interview question he was asked where they were really trying to jump so what is your favorite route? It's all of them, bro. It's all of them. All of them. I love that answer. And to me, just looking at his entire college resume, the dude's got ice in his veins. The moment's never too big for him. And I think he can be that guy we can lean on when we need him.
In the comments, we have Mr. Heisman, a.k.a. Devonta Smith. We have Jalen Hurts. Trey has Jalen Rager. Jason has Jalen as well. I'm not sure if that's Jalen Hurts because there's a lot of, it's Team Jalen in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Moneybags has the Slim Reaper.
Well, Aaron, I wouldn't be able to pick Hurts without this guy right here. So I agree with Evan. I think that, yes, he's going to add so much of this offense. He's clutch as hell. So it's going to be him. And I agree with whoever said Rager, having two studs. Why would you go back to back with the receivers? You'll find out this year when we're putting up points.
I think Rager's honestly going to have one of those sleeper seasons this
Oh,
year.
hell yeah.
Because like he's just kind of, I don't want to say getting pushed to the side, but he wasn't everything that we expected in his rookie year. You know, everybody compared him obviously to Justin Jefferson just because of the 1-2 of where they went in the draft. And I think that everybody is kind of just looking at that comparison and kind of writing Jalen Reagor off at this point because we drafted Devontae, and he's just kind of a forgotten thing right now, where in reality, he's still, I think, an authentic, like bona fide round 1 wide receiver. To have 2 young round 1 wide receivers on your team and growing with a new quarterback and a new system, I think it's great. I think he can have a really big year as well. I think Devontae is just next level.
I mean, I'm gonna I could piggyback off you and say Devontae. I mean, I feel like he is clutch, but I feel like we are going to see a clutch season out of Jalen Hurts. Obviously, 4 games we've seen of him, but I feel like in those 4 games there were clutch moments. You give him an opportunity with the full off season to intertwine with this whole squad, become a leader that feels like all the players are buying into what he's selling. And I feel like the fans are slowly getting there. I mean, half of us are already there. I think the other side is finally getting there. But I feel like he showed some clutch to me. So I'm going to go with Jalen.
I like how much more in shape he really appeared to be when he came into this year, man. Like he put on some weight, everything in a good way. Put on some muscle, man. He's looking good.
Right.
I think though, when you look at Jalen Hurts, he's a stud. But I love the comment somebody said about Sirianni being their clutch guy. Clearly, we all love Sirianni here, and we're excited to see what he does. But, you know, to piggyback a little bit off Prime, running the ball, Miles Sanders, having a running back like him is going to be so beneficial because Sirianni's going to have all those RPOs, play actions, all those things opened up, able to see what Jalen Hurts can do because we're going to run the ball. So I'm excited. And yeah, Sirianni, dude, I think he's going to be the true MVP. But we're going with players here. Jalen Hurts, baby. I'm so effing excited for this season, man.
I promise you, I'm not gonna hit you with any more crazy videos. That's probably crazy.
I wish you would. I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go with the Eagles' best deep threat.
That's right.
I'll start off this one, and I'm gonna go Jalen Reagor. I think he's gonna be a guy who, you know, with Devontae Smith now in the nest, he does what he does, and you have him, Jalen Reagor, over the top. Putting in work, man. I feel like he's got an opportunity to shine, and I think he's gonna shock a lot of people and catch a lot of touchdowns. I wouldn't say a lot. He's gonna get his fair share of touchdowns this year.
I feel like it's easy to say like another one for Devontae. So Prime, I see you just eyeing me up right now. When I say the guy I'm about to say, it's Quez. I'm gonna say just based off the fact that I already anticipate that Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor are going to do well on the deep ball this year. I'm not saying that they probably won't do better than Quez because I think that's a very good possibility. But I think that based off of what we saw last year with Quez, his speed, the few amount of opportunities that he was given, I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the table in year 2. I think he can be very effective on the deep ball.
I'm going to go with this one being my first Devontae Smith.
Look at this guy speaking Devontae.
Right. I mean, look, we brought him in. We brought him in for a reason. You know, the kid shined at that game, and you know he killed it on the stats. You know he's capable of being that big threat, and I think that we're going to definitely go ahead and put that to use a lot. I saw a nice pass from Jalen Hurts to him earlier today in one of the videos. So it looks like, you know, it's in the works. You know, I mean, it's one of those deep threats. It kind of reminds me of like when Deshaun was here. You know, we were anticipating that big play, and that's what I'm anticipating from Devontae. So I got him as my deepest threat.
Good.
I was gonna say I would agree with all of you guys. I think Devontae Smith, he has it all. He's an all-in-one kind of guy. So yeah, he's a deep threat. But also agree with Jalen Reagor to the extent that he provides that deep threat. They both do. But I think both of them can work on all three levels to a point where, they're going to do it all. And we're going to be really impressed and see why they're first round picks. But I would agree with a lot of the comments there and with Evan. If we're just talking strictly, the guy's only a deep threat, then, and just to give you a conversation outside of Reagor and Smith, which I love those picks because they're both going to be awesome, I think Quez Watkins is a great pick. We saw with a brief little moment when we finally started using him at the end of the year what he could do. But also John Hightower, if he could learn how to catch the ball, track the ball correctly, he might have been a little more impressive. But some of the pros that I heard talking about him, Avant, things like that, I heard great things, actually. And he's got some hope. So him and Quez are going to go after it. But if I had to choose gun to my head, I would take Quez Watkins. I really think he could provide that deep threat for us. And imagine him on the field with Reagor and Smith.
Do you think with how like busy this wide
Don't
receiver
make that face again.
with how like full this wide receiver room is getting, do you think that John Hightower could possibly be a bubble guy?
Yeah.
I think
Sad to say.
he's got to be more consistent this year.
Yeah, I think he's like last year. I think he showed excellent ability of being able to get open downfield. It's all about bringing that ball in, though, man. There's two parts to that. If you can get open, that's great. But if you can't pull the ball down, that really doesn't do anything for us.
I think Trevon Grimes, the undrafted free agent kid, is somebody that's going to push him. But I think he kind of had the same issues. He's a deep threat, go up and get it. But he kind of struggles sometimes to go up and get it. So you're like, wait, what? So if that's your strength, you should be really good at it.
Right.
I don't know. I think he's definitely on the bubble, though. And maybe a guy like Grimes shows me something. But I'm not like some of the stands out there. People already crowning this kid as like, he's the third receiver. I'm like, well, he's undrafted for a reason. You better prove something first.
I saw a superlative category that fits him perfectly a little bit later on.
It also all depends on, how well Nick Sirianni comes in and shapes these boys up. I mean, that's what he was key for, getting these wide receivers back on track. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he puts together to get these guys, to use their hands, to have that ability to go ahead and make these catches. I really feel like with Hightower, I was key on Hightower last year, and you guys said it, he's capable of being open and being that long threat, but those hands that plays a big factor here. So, I mean, I'm really hoping that he comes through and he surprises a lot of us.
We will see. We will see about that. I think moving right along, this is a long list here. We're going to try and keep it moving. Angriest bird in the nest. I'll start off with Fletcher Cox is not to be messed with.
Yeah.
But I also feel like Landon Dickerson could be one of the angriest guys in the nest. He just likes to inflict pain and make people tap out. I'll give him A. I'll give him B, but I'm going to stick with Fletcher Cox as the angriest bird in the nest, and he gets double teams because he's that angry.
I'm gonna stay in that same vein, but I'm gonna go with his predecessor. I'm gonna go with Jason Kelce. I think Jason Kelce, for a guy that, like, as he's getting up there in age, like, he is one of those guys that just leaves it all out on the field in every single game. He's been an absolute monster pretty much his entire career here. He finds himself upfield blocking all the time. I think that he just plays each and every down with everything that he's got, and so that's why I would say Jason Kelce at the moment right now.
That's an interesting one.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, at first, when you popped it up, I was thinking in my head, defense, angry, coming at you, thinking maybe Fletch, but he's such a happy-go-lucky guy. So I started thinking TJ Edwards. He's nasty, doesn't miss a tackle. But truly, in my head, I started thinking offense after you said Landon Dickerson, and it's Jalen Hurts for me again. I think that kid is so well-mannered, just the way he's better than me. I just react. I get pissed, and I show you. This dude, I think underneath that skin, he is pissed. He knows what people have been saying. He knows how people have been doubting him. And I think deep inside, he's going to use that anger, and that's going to drive him to do the great things I think he's going to do.
I'm going to probably go with Tay-Tay.
Wow, Lil Tay-Tay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lil Tay-Tay because because I feel like he's got a lot to prove. Here, he's getting doubted so much, and we're ones to go ahead and doubt him. But I feel like he's going to come in here. They're already like have the instinct that, you know what I mean, we're going to suck at that position. Why not go in there and prove everybody wrong? You know what I mean? Go in there being pissed off. Like, yo, I'm here. I'm here to make the plays. I'm here to do my job. You guys keep on doubting me. I'm going to go ahead and feed off of that. And I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to go with Tay-Tay.
Interesting. He's a very happy-go-lucky dude, though.
Talk about Avonte Maddox, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you have at it.
Let me have my moment.
I'm gonna go leader of men. I'm gonna say leader of men. I'm gonna give this to Jalen Hurts right now.
Yeah.
I mean, because I could easily say Jason Kelsey on this one, but I feel like we're like turning a page, and I feel like the players are starting to talk about Jalen Hurts like has that aura. You know what I mean? Like he's got the juice. So I feel like.
But when you say turning the page, I just think that was a very interesting word choice. Do you mean he's like a Carson guy?
No, I'm saying that Jason Kelsey knows that he's only got one more year, and like in the locker room, someone's got to hand over the keys to the next players in the locker room. Who are those guys that are going to like take from what Jason Kelsey has laid down in the locker room and turn the next page of leaders of men. So I'm Jalen Hurts all the way.
I think.
I like it.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
I was just gonna say I like what you're saying there, and I think of Jason Kelsey, like you said, he's kind of like the hand of the king. He's the dude that's protecting you, and he's the one that's handing those keys. So I love what you said there, Gail, and I agree 100%. Jalen Hurts, leader of men.
I think if you just look back to last year, like even while Carson, this was still considered Carson's team, and he was really on his downfall, Jalen Hurts really had his own guys in the locker room that he really had his own guys in the locker room that like were supporting him, and he built like his own little troop of guys, and I think that is just going to be like tenfold this year. The whole team is going to get behind him, and I think he's the right guy for the job. I think he is a very good leader. Everything he says in interviews, the way that he carries himself, his work ethic, I think he will be a great leader for this team.
Again, the comment run is due every week. I mean, with that, he just shows right there that he definitely wants to take that leadership role. So I'm going to go ahead and finalize the 4 for 4 and say, yeah, it's Jalen Hurts on that one.
Jalen Hurts starting to rack up some of these superlatives.
Was that the first 4 for 4?
I believe so.
I like it too. That's a good one.
We're gonna go with the next one. We're going with Coach's Pet. Obviously, there's. I would think that Jason Kelsey would be a coach's pet. I'd see. So? The coaches love this guy. Like he's one of the smartest dudes on the offensive line. I think Stoutland probably loves him. I feel like I'm gonna give this one to Jason Kelsey because I feel like he's a guy that could probably just coach the offensive line if he wanted to. He's been there so long. I'll go with Jason Kelsey on this one.
Okay, so in my head, I'm not trying to think coach's pet like it's a bad thing. I like what you said there. He's somebody, the coach is going to have by his side. I think definitely with the Philly atmosphere his first year, it's a great one. In my head, I kind of went more toward who the hell is going to be right up his ass at all times. I look at a guy like a Kenny Gainwell. I think that's somebody that is going to be utilized a lot. He's going to come in here. He's going to help on passing down. He can pass block. He can do it all, not just run the ball. So I love it. And I think he's going to spend a lot of time learning from Sirianni, trying to get into this offense, be that Nyheim Hines guy in this offense. So, yeah, I guess I'll go with Kenny.
This is a tough one, man.
This is a tough one.
It was weird.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
You know who it's going to be? If he's still on this team, and it's totally for the opposite reasons of what you guys have been saying, it's going to be Zach Ertz, just because we just can't break free. If he's still on this team, he's definitely the coach's pet.
Well, I wasn't going to go with Zach. I was probably going to go with the opposite and choose Dallas on this one as well. I just feel like he's going to be side by side and really picking Sirianni throughout plays and all that stuff, trying to figure him out as the games go on. So I would think Dallas will probably be the guy that stays by him.
Or maybe a receiver, right? Because like Sirianni, old receiver, maybe
Right.
we all should have we missed on that one.
I think we're trying to avoid just getting Devontae and Jalen for all these.
Yeah, about it. We picked enough of Rager and Hurts.
Keep an eye on you.
Well, I mean, the fun thing about this exercise is that you do try to you think you
Todd's
know
got the
what
right
they're
answer.
what you're about to say, and then you're like, you know what, like maybe I'm feeling this way, and you guys don't really know the answers here. So it's nice seeing you guys work on the fly. I like you guys are professionals. We're gonna go with breakout player. I think Jalen Reagor, man. I feel like he's a guy that he's got enough to prove, but we just didn't get to see it as much last season. But I feel like it's gonna be an amazing season, dynamic duo between those two. The other day I was watching those guys on the field, and I was like, we got two young dudes to like grow with. They literally could, for the next 4 years, hopefully, they get that second contract. But if they flourish, like I think they are, you could have a dynamic wide receiver group that we haven't had in a long time. Young dudes.
Exactly. You knew 100%. I'm with you. Jalen Reagor, Gail. God, we talk about this too many times. I can't sleep at night with how people talk about this young man. And we talked about it last year. Why, like on the fly, we talked about it every week. Why are we not using him in bubble screens? Why are we not anything? Return game, anything. Use him. Did not do that. So guess what? This year, we talked about before the draft, please go get us a big receiver, an X receiver. Don't care what you want to call him because they're all going to move around in Sirianni's offense. What the hell did they do? They go get Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner. So what's that going to do? That's going to allow Jalen Reagor to be better, but it's also Sirianni, how he talks about utilizing players to their strengths, using them. And I think that this kid he's got superstar written all over him. And I have not given up on this kid at all. And I think he is going to, it's going to make it hard for Devontae to win the Rookie of the Year because they're both going to eat.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead, Prime. I'll let you go first.
No, I was just going to real quick just say Jalen Reagor to me is pretty much the no choice but to break out this year. You know what I mean? Especially with the way last year went. So I have high expectations from the kid. I mean, he's talking the talk. I'm hoping he just comes through and he shows that, come game day. So Jalen Reagor is my guy.
If I'm going to go to the other side of the ball, personally, I'm looking at a guy who came in last year and was a godsend, and we needed desperately, and that's Darius Slay. I'm looking at Darius Slay, just the stats he's had over his career. I mean, last year was the first time he didn't have a multi-interception season since 2013, and all the way back in 2017, he grabbed 8 of those mofos. So I'm thinking that Darius Slay could really, he could have a lot more. I think he could turn the ball over this season. I think with a new defensive coordinator, a new scheme, and hopefully another CB2 that's yet to be named on the other side, he can really flourish and create some turnovers this season.
Interesting pick there. People are saying, Mark in the comments saying Dallas Goedert with the breakout season. If he's the guy, he has opportunity to become the starter and put up some real numbers. That'll be interesting.
I mean, are we taking breakout as in the player has yet to really hit their pinnacle, or I kind of took it as Darius Slay's a good player, but he hasn't really I mean, he had 1 interception last year. I'm saying
you can take it either way.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, either way.
Yeah. This is all, you go with your gut, Evan. This is what it's about, man.
I'm going with my gut.
This is a science experiment. Okay. Let's go to the next topic here. The most underrated Eagle player.
I'm going to go with someone that Jimmy just named. I think that's going to be Kenny Gainwell this year. I think that that's kind of a guy that's getting pushed away in conversation. I haven't heard awful much about him. We drafted him. There's been coverage about him, but I don't think that he's really getting. He's got some stands, but I where are they at?
I think that's a great selection. I think it's so great. I didn't even think about it when you said it. I was like,
I think
really good pick.
I think Miles Sanders is a guy who we're expecting to have a big bowler season. I'm expecting him to do that, but I think Kenny Gainwell at the RB2 can really pop off this year, turn some heads.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
I love it. I agree with you, Evan. I think he's going to be fantastic. That's why I picked him for a coach's bet. I think he's gonna be trying to do what he can, and I think that's smart of him. I think he's a kid that knows he could be very integral to this offense and find himself getting a lot of snaps over some really good running backs.
Forgot about carry on too. Damn.
That's a tough pick. I'm trying to think about it, and I had Josh Sweat as my most.
Yeah, but he
underrated.
was the breakout player last year. So how
breakout,
underrated?
but like breakout, right? See,
Yeah.
But this is where these are my feelings, Evan. And this is where you're just trampling all over. No, I just feel like he's still, regardless of how many players are on this team, all these stars or whatever, he's still underrated. Like I feel like we know who he is, but does the league know who he is?
Yeah.
Like the way that we like, I hold, even though he's coming off the bench, he's still a guy who's, getting pressure with limited snaps. And again, I think he should have a even better year. But I just feel like he's a underrated dude, very unassuming, and has the best sack dance.
That's the guy that I was going to go with, Alex Singleton. I think.
Oh, you got another linebacker to latch on to this year?
Yeah. Alex, I have a better chance with Alex Singleton though this year.
You do.
I really feel like he's definitely underrated. I mean, the kid balled his ass out last year. I know it wasn't like superb, but I mean, he balled. Like, he just gave it his all, man. He didn't give 100%. He gave 110% like every game. Yep. We could be down, and he was still giving it. So, I see him being the most underrated.
I think he just needed. Problem was looking for his next linebacker. He was like,
hey, listen, this cool.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
That's my go-to, man.
He looks like every dude walking out of a Delco.
Just as long as you guys know, I do show love to linebackers. You know what I mean? Always wanted to be one. So hey, I gotta show love to linebackers.
No, that's a good pick. I like that pick.
I like Alex. I thought about picking him, but he's kind of in a gray area for me because I think some people overrate him. I mean, he's great. He did fantastic, and I'm glad he's back this year. There was a no-brainer to tender him. But I think that if we're going, I'm going to stay on defense. Ant Harris, I think that pickup people keep talking about, we didn't do much in the offseason, and then when they do, finally, it's like, okay, we finally got someone, Kerrigan, we did this. It's like, finally. Bro, I like Derek Wilson. That's cool. Another linebacker. But Ant Harris, especially with Rodney McLeod being hurt, Mills is gone. We don't know what we have at the safety position. Kayvon Wallace, Epps, whatever. I want to see what this dude does. He had a bad year last year. Boo-hoo. Look at his stats prior. This dude was like a top 3 safety in the league for a few years. I think he's going to come in here. Gannon is going to find a way to utilize people like Ant Harris, Darius Slay, as Evan mentioned. And I think these guys are going to break out, be overrated, whatever the hell, who cares? I'm pumped, man. Ant Harris, I think, is going to beat some ass.
Easy on
it. Was a little unnecessary.
Hey, man. Unnecessary, man. Unnecessary. We're gonna move right along to best hands. Obviously, I'm going with Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, a guy who's showcased his hand so far in practice. Coach is saying he's everything what he said he was and more. You see that? You see him on the practice field throwing that ball, and it's like attached to a rope. And it comes back to you. I've never seen anything like that. I feel like I need to get one of those in my backyard.
When I first saw the video, I was like, are they playing tetherball? Like, what are they doing at practice right now?
You're like, what are you, Napoleon Dynamite?
I think honestly, this one has to be another 4 for 4. Devontae has got to be the best hands on the team, bar none. Yes, sir.
It's the same for that third and fourth down catch. Yep. Best hands right here.
I like
Devontae.
That was easy. That was the quickest one that we went through. Most likely to go offsides and most likely to go false start.
Now this is a trick question comment section. JP is no longer here.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a new candidate.
Who's it going to be?
I'm You said Mulatto?
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Mulatto on offense.
Yeah, probably. Just him being the youngest.
Yeah, Mulatto or maybe one of those interior guys. But I don't see like a guy like Driscoll getting as many snaps. I'll go Mulatto on offense for sure. Offside.
Defense, Barnett.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good
That's a
one,
very, very, very good one.
Yeah. Let's just go on him.
Yeah.
Derek Barnett,
Derek Barnett.
Yeah.
all the way around. Okay.
We got a Greg Ward. That would be something.
No, wait,
Okay.
that was for
Oh, best hands.
Best hands.
Best hands. My big.
I get so pissed off when I see receivers, lining up incorrectly or getting stupid calls because it's one of the easiest positions where you just look over at the ref, where you're lined up. I mean, the linemen don't have that. Greg Ward, I would punch you in the face if you're the one.
Look at Gail's face right now. He's like, "You saying this shit's easy, pal?"
I would go over to the ref. I'm like, am I good? I'm good.
Exactly.
Put my hand out, and he's like, you're good. And then I still go offsides. I'm like, bro, I thought you said I was good.
Oh, don't get me wrong. The rest will still be dickbags. We're not going to say that. But, yeah, I'm just saying.
It's happened many times. I'm looking at the ref. I'm like, dude, you told me I was good. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm still a hurt over that. Still hurt.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Swaggiest Bird in the building. That's the easy one, man. That's the easy one. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
guess you're
Miles. I'm
probably
gonna go
right.
with Booby. I'm gonna go with Booby.
I mean, he's definitely got some swag to him. I think after looking at after Devontae got drafted, that suit, the little flip on out. I'm going with him, bro.
Devontae?
Yeah, I'm going Devontae.
Devontae's racking up. Devontae's racking up. Is anyone
Rack.
I think I'm going with Gale on this one. I think Jalen Hurts I don't know. When I see him, he just looks like a badass dude. Now he's wearing those Brett the Hitman heart shades. He's got like the old school one earring. Like, I don't know, dude. He just looks like he means business. So I'm not much of a stylish guy myself, but as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, that's the swaggiest guy, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. You got Jalen Hurts. We got two for
Yeah, I'm
Jalen
with
Hurts.
Wrong.
And I was
Chase
literally
Kelsey.
thinking Kelsey, but I'm like, really? Is that stylish wearing a mummers thing? I mean, I love the dude, but I don't think you guys like that, do you?
Nah, I mean,
People hated
there's-
Sirianni's neckbeard, so I don't know.
I think he was swaggiest at the Super Bowl parade.
Hell,
for sure.
Yeah.
No,
I
I-
mean,
or
Chris
Chris
Long
Long.
showed
Remember
up.
how
Chris
awesome
Long
that
showed
was?
up. Yeah.
Chris
seeing
Long.
him, dude. That was
Chris Long
so
wrapped that
awesome,
up.
man.
Chris Long wrapped that up.
True, he was pimping with that Iverson. Yeah, that was awesome.
And
Right now,
the Minx,
Devontae Smith is racking up the awards right now. Like he's on his Oscar tour right now.
Like this guy's a Heisman winner or something.
We found one that he actually can't win.
Oh,
Which
lay it
one?
on.
You guys ready for
Defensive
this one?
something.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I got this one.
He's going to
Can
be
I
a
get
two-way
this one?
player.
Can I get this one? Because I almost went with someone, and I was like, we're probably going to get into defensive. I think Zach McPherson's being very underrated. I think a lot of people are very upset about the fact that he wasn't an outside corner, myself included. At the time of the pick, it was like, what are you doing with JOK? And it's like, hey, look, they're going with their board, which we said they should do. I think that he's going to excel. I like that Jacoby Stevens thought about him too, playing linebacker, but Zach McPherson, I think day one needs to be starting. I wish it were inside and we'd get that guy outside, like mentioned a million times. But if not, it's Avonte and Zach McPherson. But I think we talked about what we like about McPherson is his inside-outside durability, and he's also capable of playing zone and man. So I love the kid. I think he's going to be our defensive rookie of the year.
Interesting. It's funny you say Zach. Zach. I still like people are talking about him like he's going to be, playing meaningful snaps. And you think about being a fourth round pick and that opportunity to get that, those kind of reps. It'd be interesting. I'm still trying to guess in my head who I want as defensive rookie of the year. Evan, who you got?
I'm going to go a little bit outside the box because, I initially wanted to say Milton Williams, but something about Marlon to go ahead. Yeah, exactly what I said. Something about just him and SD, man. I'm going outside the box here. I'm going for just someone that you wouldn't really. I think Milton Williams might play all right, but I think that Marlon's going to give some serious effort for like getting some time in.
Prime.
Yeah, easy way. This one with McPherson. McPherson, the guy that's going to dock.
We losing
Prime
him?
breaking up.
Yeah, I didn't know that was me. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
damn
no.
it.
Yeah.
All right, he's back to normal.
Why, you didn't hear me?
No. You sound like
I heard
you sound like an Autobot. Actually.
I heard that. That was it.
McPherson.
Yeah, but you said a lot more words other than that.
Sounded like one of those kids trying to get off a call. Like I
was just saying, I was going to take the easy way out and just go with McPherson on this one.
I'm gonna go with.
Still can't hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm
I heard
a little. I want to say Zach, but I'm gonna go with Milton Williams. He's gonna be. He could be a surprise. He could be.
I think year 2 for him. I just think he's brought here to take over for Fletch and Jawn eventually. But I think with them in front of him, he's not going to get as many snaps as some of these guys. But I love the kid.
I think him and Marlon are really going to fight for
this
reps.
is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is very tough.
For sure.
I don't know
because they're
if I'm
all
gonna
like rotational guys. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep at night. I don't know about this one.
Don't
I think
even show
Marlon
me.
comes in and plays that run stuffer, and then you look at Milton. He is a guy that can play inside out, and he gives more of a rush. He's got to work on his move some, but still, 2 different kind of players. But I think they're both going to excel at their rotation. So I love both of those names.
Let's move right along to the next one. We're moving at a nice
Tell me it's
pace.
going to be offensive rookie of the year because I can already tell you our answers here.
Can we
Devontae
just say
Smith.
someone other than Devontae?
Devontae Smith. Rack it up. I'm just gonna leave Devontae up just in case for the next one. Is it 4 for 4 on this one?
Yeah,
he's
that's
won about
easy.
2 for 4 for 4s already.
Yeah.
If I had to pick besides, it's Kenny. But
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand that we're like throwing the whole bag at Devontae right now. But if I'm being real, I haven't been this excited for someone to join the Eagles, and I can't tell you how long.
T.O. He is the whole bag.
Literally. Like that's how long it's been since I've been this excited for someone to join our team. So
yes,
he deserves all these awards.
Oh, say less.
Let's go with the next one. He can't win this one, or maybe he could potentially. No, he can't win this one. Best defensive player.
Yeah, he would really have some trouble with that.
We'll take him off. Take him off.
Best defensive player. I'm going to go back to what I was saying earlier. I think Darius Slay has a nice season this year. Really breaks out, has some turnovers, and just shuts down whoever he goes up against. So I'm going to go best defensive player being Darius Slay this year.
Interesting. We got Trey in the comments. He says, "Can I get on here?" You are on here, my guy. Your comments are right here, man. Give us your best defensive player. We're waiting on you. The clock is ticking. Morris says BG from Delco. She's repping Delco over here.
In my head, I'm fighting it more. I don't know if that's who I was going to go with.
Oh, Jimmy's about to drop a truth bomb on us.
I think it's going to be Fletcher Cox. I think that adding guys like Kerrigan, like Ant Harris, having Darius Slay another year, Brandon Graham, Ryan Kerrigan, everybody feasting, I think that's finally going to allow, and Javon Hargrave being healthy is another key. Not double teaming Fletcher Cox is going to be very hard for an offense. They're not going to know what to do. Things are going to be coming at him. So I think even if it's not on the stat sheet, I think Fletcher Cox is going to be just feasting again. I think he's going to be healthy this year, and he's going to remind everyone why he has the highest hap kit on this team. He is awesome. Love Fletcher Cox.
I'm going to piggyback off you. I'm going to go with Fletcher Cox, Defensive Player of the Year. Again, Devontae cannot win this award.
Yeah, it's the only reason, guys.
So we're going to go all. Where are we at? Let's just act like I wrote. Just talk amongst yourself. We're gonna go Offensive Player of the Year.
Best Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, it's got to be the leader of the team, man. This whole season lives and dies by Jalen Hurts' play. So I would go Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I think it's because of having Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith. They're all like in your mind. You could be like, oh, they're so good. They're this, but it's going to make Jalen Hurts so good. Imagine being a defense and being like, oh my God, are they going to throw it to this guy? Are they going to run it with this guy? Oh, wait, their quarterback can either bomb it or he's going to run it himself. Dear God, we're screwed. Go Birds. Can't wait. Jalen Hurts.
I'm going to go, let's see, offensive player, best offensive player. Hey, man.
He looks at it like he didn't just write it. Exactly. So what does that say? Best offensive player?
He was making sure he had it right this time. That's all.
I could. Miles Sanders could have a huge monster year. I still, man, like I want to say Devontae, like so bad. I'll give it to Jalen. I'll get to Miles Sanders.
Just because Rager and Miles and all of them are together, I can't pick them because they're all gonna, just.
I think Miles Sanders should have a rebound year, and I think he should be explosive.
Jalen Hurts for me.
Sure.
Interesting.
Do you think Miles has 1,000 yards this year?
No.
No.
I think Devontae has 1,000 yards.
Yo, if someone gets 1,000 yards, imagine that. What was the last? Was the
Matt Macklin, I believe.
Yeah, Jeremy Macklin.
2014.
Ridiculous.
And that was a prove it year too. That was a prove it contract year.
And then they still let him walk.
Sure did. Good old Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are ready for the next one. But let's see. Moving on to the next one. Let's go.
How the fuck did you get in my house?
You like that? We got Evan's videos from when he was like 15. We lost Jason Peters. He was the Yoda in the building. He was the Jedi master.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very hard to find a Jedi because it's
they don't just fall off of trees.
I'd have to say that it's now been passed off to Jason Kelsey.
Yep, that's my.
He's the Jedi of the group.
I would say either Jason Kelsey or Lane Johnson.
Yeah, that's my.
I think either one Johnson. Of them. Lane's got the blue lightsaber. Kelsey's got the green one.
There you go.
I think Moira has not seen Star Wars. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not.
Don't do the don't go joke.
Moira, you haven't seen Star Wars?
Don't do it.
So we're getting Kelsey all the way around.
Yeah,
I said.
I said Lane.
Yeah, I said Lane as well.
I said Lane.
Oh.
What if Jason Peters shows up to camp and he's like, "I'll play for $5"?
He's like, "Where's my contract?" Fuck. All right, sorry.
Bro.
It's right here, Mr. Peters.
Like it's time to move forward. It is time to move forward, Jason Peters. And more. See, I should put a period at the end. There's no like LOL or ... LMAO.
Serious.
Not the Mandalorian. It's Star Wars.
We're gonna go Mr. Pick Six. Mr. Pick Six. That's an easy one for me. I feel like he's gonna come back strong. He had a decent season. You read my mind. Darius Slay, Mr. Pick Six.
I want Jimmy to go next.
Yeah, I'll be different.
He's gonna say Harris. You gonna say Harris?
No, I'm going to go with my guy again, and it's because this is what we talked about on draft day. This is what I talked about on draft day. The thing I love about him, he's a ball hawk, and I said one of the things I think he's going to bring to this table we wanted from Darius Slay was those pick sixes, baby. So I'm all about it, but
not just picks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's going to take it back. He's so athletic. The dude's a playmaker, and he's one of those guys. I'm not saying he's like prime time or anything like that, but when he gets the ball, he turns into a returner. I think it could be him. I really like Zach a lot, or maybe it's Ryan Kerrigan. Guy's got 3 interceptions for pick 6.
Wow.
Because you have to remember like pick 6. They have to have.
They
that
have to bring it back. Yeah. They have to have that.
Does Darius have? Does he have a couple pick sixes or no?
I think he has like one, dude, or something weird. What did I see?
Ryan Kerrigan, he's got 3.
Yeah, all of his interceptions are for touchdowns. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That's pretty
I think
insane.
He gets his
Yeah,
hands
what-
up, man.
Eli Manning, he picked off.
He had one against was it Eli? No, I think he had one against Daniel Jones last year.
He's got one touchdown in his career, Darius Slay.
That's what I thought.
Ryan Kerrigan, Mr. Pick Six.
But
Interesting.
Darius kind of, you know what I mean? It scares other guys away. So maybe it puts a guy like Zach. That's all I'm saying. I mean, maybe he doesn't even see the field.
We got a resident Cowboy fan in the chat. We're still waiting for him to come on the show. Obviously, hasn't brought it together himself.
Let's go. Bring it together.
Moving right along. This is everyone's favorite award, the Paul Turner Award. I feel like, for me, Mr. Grimes has got that wrapped up. I feel like he has people lined up around the corner, getting autographs, buying his jersey. We don't even know what number he is off the top of our heads, but I feel like Grimes has built a nice following on Twitter already.
I think it's 47, to be real with you. It's ugly as shit.
Yeah, like what the hell kind of wide receiver number is 47?
Hey,
I don't know if that's what it is.
Trey Burton. Trey Burton ran 47.
He was a tight end.
Then he switched it, and it was like 80. Well, I can't
88
remember anymore.
88.
Yeah, for the super.
He's the original 88.
I don't know, man.
Trevor Grimes has that. What are you saying?
I said Bartram.
Trevor Grimes for me has the Paul Turner Award locked up though. He's been getting just the Grimes hive that came out like
he had that like on the second day.
It was like right after we signed him. It happened, and like all these people were just head over heels with Trevor Grimes, and I'm like sitting there, and I mean I needed to do some research on him at the time, but I looked at him, I was like, why is there this much hype for a guy that went undrafted? And I'm still kind of looking for it.
You heard my comparison, Evan. You heard my comparison. It's John Hightower. It's not a great comparison, but I agree 100%. I think that the Paul Turner Award from the fans goes to Trevon Grimes. I've seen it everywhere, but I am excited about the kid. I think he brings something to the table that's going to push Hightower. It's going to push Arthega-Whiteside because they all need it, and we're going to see the best man win. But for me, my Paul Turner Award, the guy I'm actually excited about, Jamie Newman. I think a perfect situation for him to come into to learn under Hurts and Joe Flacco, college champion, Super Bowl champion. And this kid is perfect for this system. I think one day he's going to be a starter. I don't know the problem. If, something happens with her, I don't even want to put that out there, but I like Jamie Newman.
Okay.
Mr. Pete Nathan, aka Patrick Sands' agent, is giving love to the mullet. We have a business in the front, party in the back. Look at that thing. Look at that
partying in the back. Beautiful,
man. Business in the front, party in the back.
Danny McBride
roster. I'm getting a mullet. That's just it's happening.
That's pure entertainment right there. I would sign him for that. I would give him a second contract.
Yeah, just so you guys know, I'm working on mine too.
Hey, let's be real here, though, guys. Jack, I will get crazy, Carlos. You know I will. I like Jack Stoll, and I think he could make this roster because he brings that guy we talked about before the draft. I had mentioned like Noah Gray, some guys that reminded me, of Trey Burton, kind of that H-back role. He's not exactly a fullback where he's inline blocking, but he can come in, not necessarily the tight end you want, not necessarily the fullback. He's that tweener guy. Yeah, I think Jack Stoll could definitely make this roster. So I like that he was brought up.
Moving right along. Let's go goal line monster. I'm gonna be. Let's see. I think Dallas. If goal line monster could be like, the ground.
Wow,
Boston Scott. Boston
Carry
Scott.
on.
Yep. Devontae.
But Boston Scott is a menace down by the goal line.
True.
Was true.
In past tense.
Gale, you just opened up Pandora's box. All I was thinking was running backs. Now you're making me think, okay, it is.
Well, it could, because I was going to say Dallas Goedert. He
could be Devontae. Could be
Arthega-Whiteside.
We both said it at the same time. No.
50-50 specialist. I'll go Miles Sanders. I think he's going to eat down by the goal line.
I'm with Patrick Surtain's agent, Pete.
I'm going with carry on myself.
What if one of those guys is not going to probably make the team?
Yep.
Yeah, I think carry on just because now look, I think people think Jordan Howard's like 38 years old. He's still like 26. It's just he's had some nagging injuries and obviously couldn't even make it on the Dolphins. They have some good young backs there, but I think he's once again going to get beaten out here and carry on. It's going to fit in perfectly.
It's the annual
comment.
let's turn my Lotta into the fridge comment. Yes.
I like it.
I've always been a fan of it personally. I wouldn't be opposed until he was the starting left tackle. Now I don't really want to risk him like that.
Yeah. Maybe Sirianni would. Hey, maybe.
Yeah. Mark saying KJ. Shout out to Mark Bird. He is sending in some Philly hats as giveaways to any 4th and Jawn person in the comments. We'll make something out of it. But shout out to Mark. Always thinking about the people.
Love Mark.
Mark is the man.
Let's see. Moving right along. We're almost there, guys. Mr. 50-50 ball.
You know.
J Jaw.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. 50. Ah, nice. Oh,
Devontae.
are we?
If we're talking best hands, it's gonna be more than 50-50, man. My man cleaned house in best hands. Did he not? It was
Best
4
hands,
for 4.
but that doesn't mean 50-50 monster.
I don't know.
For
Dallas
me,
he can go. I've seen him go up and get it though.
He is.
Yeah.
It's either him or if you have to, you got to go Goddard. I think Goddard had the highest catch percentage. I thought about that when we were talking about, him. Greg Ward was the top receiver we had. Devontae Smith is much better than both of them, I believe. But I could understand the Goddard argument if it were an argument.
Goal line,
I
red
could
zone.
understand it, but I'm going Devontae.
Got it.
I thought Prom was gonna have a interesting one. He went Goddard.
Grimes is thrown in there. What's up?
We go. Ev, you want Smith?
I'm going Smith. Yeah, I brought him up.
Jimmy, you want Smith? Not because of the last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you know that I'm so excited to have that jersey, right?
Smith Hearns.
I know.
I know it's the middle name, so it works for me.
And they're all, dude, you got to realize it's crazy because they're all pass catchers. I had LJ Smith and I had Torrey Smith, both rocking that 82. Now I got a 6 in the mix coming.
Todd with Travis Forgotten. Travis Fulgham, 50-50 special. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Kind of forgotten.
He is forgotten. He's a totally forgotten guy.
1090.
Not 50-50, 1090.
Are we doing our taxes or talking 50-50?
Shout out to you, Mark. Todd says Dallas or Grimes.
I mean, I honestly think we're smoking something strong if we think Grimes is going to get more than like 5 to 10 touches this year.
He's been wrecking. We're nearing down to the final 5 here. We're gonna go with worst social media presence.
Oh,
easy.
Easy. We all know who it is. He needs to stay off it, but people need to stay off him.
Bruh, get off of Twitter.
Here's the thing. He's a human being. So my strife is the fact that I like the young man and he's allowed to live his life. I wish people wouldn't go after these guys. Like, I hate you. You should die. It's like, yo, dude.
We be atting players.
We're not Howie. He's not Howie. We didn't make Justin Jefferson go to the Vikings. He didn't do that. Stop ragging on this poor damn kid. And maybe he'll enjoy life a little more and have to stop being like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
My vibe with him is, sorry. My vibe with him is like completely different than it was last year because like last year he was doing pretty much the same shit prior to like playing any games for us. And like he was showing that he had that chip on his shoulder online. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. And then when he like underperforms and then he's still just like showing that he's butthurt online and in interviews and stuff like that, it makes it feel completely different. It's not like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. It's just kind of like he's sitting there and he's feeling bad for himself, which is the worst thing you can do, in my opinion.
In high school, I played and literally the coaches, all their kids played, everything. It was so frustrating to be better than every single one of those kids, and they're throwing the ball because it's their best friend giving them HJ behind the bleachers after the game. That's great. But let me tell you something. Rager was pissed off last year and had every right to be because he wasn't being utilized by Doug Peterson. So I'm with you, Evan. He should have handled it differently. He should stay off social media. Somebody needs to tell him to do that. His dad, somebody. It's a different NFL now. But I get his frustration, man. Imagine what he was feeling. Like, dude, get me the effing ball. You can't even put me on punt return. You got Greg Ward back there. Right. So I hope that he has that chip again, and I hope he handles it right. But yes, Evan, I agree. He needs to stay off social media and go do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Close all platforms.
I'm gonna say it's a 4 for 4 on this one. These damn AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
iPod.
Yeah, I'm trying to be elitist over here.
Flexing on the
Yeah.
show. It's just these Gucci AirPods. They keep falling out of my ears.
You know,
That's only,
gets
that's,
hot.
only, that's only about the third time you dropped them.
I gotta fix them,
Did you
man.
see the
I gotta
G?
fix-
You see the Gucci?
You goddamn peasants. Moving right along. We'll go with the best social media presence for the Eagles. I'm gonna say Darius Slay has done a phenomenal job. Oh,
Yeah.
Lane Johnson as well. I think he's done a great job with his presence. But I do feel like Darius Slay and his wife as well, who's given away tons of jerseys to people, just kind of like just fit right in like a glove. So I feel like
We're getting them to a 4th and Jawn tailgate, right? Because they talked about wanting to be a part of stuff like that. And unfortunately, we had the whole pandemic thing going on. So we're going to have to get them there. Great people.
Yeah, the Slays have been a great addition in Philadelphia online, and just having them in the city, they do so much, around, outside, off the football field. I think they've been really, really good. I would go with the Slays.
Yeah, I'm with the Slays as well.
My pick, though, is
big
Lane
fan
Johnson.
Yeah.
I think Lane Johnson, when it comes now as people, yes, the Slays, hell yeah. But when it comes to me turning it on to laugh my ass off, I can find people, and I can also find an NFL player, and that's Lane Johnson. He body bagged someone yesterday from PFF. I mean, he always has me just dying. I love the dude.
Prime, you gonna be okay if Julie Ertz leaves town and Jennifer Slay stays?
Yeah.
You'll be able to make it. All right, cool.
Yeah. Great recovery.
And the next one is this is the real deal award. You pick this award up, you're somebody special. We're going with the Charlie Hustle.
The Evan Hurd.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that?
Dude, you work the hardest worker on the team.
Well, in that case, my guy is the linebacker, Alex Singleton.
Alex Singleton. Charlie, Mr. Hustle. All right.
Jalen Hurts for me. People get annoyed by those videos. I think Jalen Hurts has been out there everything you could do. And I'm not going to talk bad about any other quarterbacks that were doing other things. I think that it gets me excited seeing him train with the best trainers in the world. He's only going to get better, and I love that.
I was honestly, before you said that, I don't know what I was thinking because I got so enraptured with the thought of how many times I've said Devontae Smith's name tonight. But I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts as well. I mean, just based off of everything that I've said, like him putting on the muscle, just really grinding this entire offseason. I think it's going to be night and day from what we saw from him last year, which I think wasn't even that bad. And I think he's going to really excel and do very well for this team. I think he really worked the hardest this offseason and will work the hardest this year.
I'm gonna take a roundabout approach. I'm going to go with Kenneth Gainwell. I think he's going to be a guy who's going to find a role on this roster. He's going to do what it takes to become. Right now he's an afterthought when you think about that whole group. But I think he's going to work his way into a nice little role, especially moving him out wide. You see him outside wide catching passes today.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I like. I still can't believe he went in the 5th. I thought at least 4th.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember, we were freaking the hell out, man. That's a great pick.
We're almost there. I mean, how do you feel? You have your own award, Evan?
I'm honored, honestly. Like I just want to take this moment to thank all of you. Thank the comment section. I never thought this day would come.
we're actually at the.
Go get your balls shaved.
Yeah, we're actually at our last. This has been a longer than expected show, but we're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you had fun. You exercise your brain, and see where your biases are at. Devontae Smith, anyone? We're gonna go with the best free agent signing.
Mine.
This is tough because I'm torn between two guys. I'm torn between Anthony Harris and Eric Wilson.
My guy's Kerrigan. Oh no, that was a trade.
Kerrigan too. Damn.
That's a great one.
I'm gonna go Anthony Harris. Though. I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go Anthony Harris. I think that it was kind of somewhat of a failed experiment last year with Jalen Hurts at safety. That was something I was looking forward to for years. To see Jalen Hurts move to safety, see if he could really do something there. I think that's where he was a more natural fit. But to have a legit safety back there alongside Rodney McLeod and Anthony Harris, I think that will be a huge step up. So I'm going to say that will be, and just having, I think that kind of completes that entire secondary, except for I'm begging for it still, the CB2 position.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think we're 3/4 of the way there with the secondary.
I got a big one. LaRaven. No, I'm joking. I think this is the first one I'm truly torn on because you guys know what I said about Anthony Harris earlier in the video. I love him. We need him desperately, especially. And now Rodney McLeod said he'll be ready week 1, which is insane. But I really think that he's going to provide so much that secondary. But my God, well, as soon as you said Ryan Kerrigan, I was like, oh. We've been begging for a Chris Long / Michael Bennett bring in the pass rushers baby role, and we got it. Ryan Kerrigan, and I love the fact that we added Teron Jackson, Patrick Johnson in the draft, but this was the final piece. This final piece, edge rusher, Ryan Kerrigan, oh my God, that's the icing on the cake. So I don't know, man. Anthony Harris / Ryan Kerrigan, I love both of them so much.
I'm going with Ryan Kerrigan. I just feel like he was the last piece. Like he was, you had a security system and you got one camera that's broken on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's fixed. Like he's the guy that's going to provide tons of pressure off the edge. And it's not going to be like his style is so gritty. And he's unassuming,
Mm-hmm.
but he just like, he'll kick in the door waving the 4-4. You don't got to go around. But there's a lot of technique in his game, and his skill set is refined. I feel like it's just nice to have some savvy veterans with Brandon Graham and Kerrigan. They're both guys with tons of tricks in the toolbox. So I'm going Ryan Kerrigan. He actually made me feel good about this offseason. He was the last piece that was like, you know what, you guys did a decent job. Wait
till we draft 3 picks in the first round next year. He did a real good job. This was an awesome offseason.
Yeah, we were saying that earlier more.
Yeah,
just
dude.
like Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Prime, you called it, dude. I never even thought of that. That's so true.
Definitely Seth MacFarlane.
So after doing this brain exercise, have you looked internally thinking that Devontae Smith is going to be a legend?
I think I might be in love.
Oh, he will be.
It's I don't know, man. Like there's you'll see a player and it just everything looks so easy to them, comes easy to them, almost like Iverson when you saw him play basketball, it came easy to him.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of expectations for Devontae Smith, but I feel like he's still at the end of the day he doesn't live up to anyone else's expectations except for his own. So,
dude, Gail, that's 100% a nail on the head. And when I got the opportunity to write about him in January, I wanted him at pick 6. Like, this kid is one of those guys that even if your team has a shitty quarterback, you're like, yes, he's going to make this team better. Guess what? We don't have a shitty quarterback. And I was already excited for our quarterback, this offensive line being healthy, a run game, other receivers I'm very excited about. Adding Devontae Smith. I think this kid's going to be a Philly legend.
I agree.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I mean, any last thoughts before we get out of here? Evan, I'll start with you.
No, I just want to thank everybody for checking in. We're going on hour 20 here. All you guys that have been in the comments section the whole time, really appreciate you guys. Just look out for more Eagles content to come.
Prime.
No, just again, like what Evan just mentioned, appreciate you guys tuning in. And make sure you guys tune in on Thursday. I got a Rolling with Prime episode 4 coming up.
You got Aaron coming on? Birdman?
Yeah, my guest, Aaron Ortega. Most of you guys know him as Birdman, so he'll be on the show on Thursday. So stay tuned for that.
Very nice.
Very nice. Jimmy.
Well, I also want to thank everybody for tuning in, hanging out for this superlative Tuesday. It was a great time. I seriously, every time we get on here, I get more and more excited for this season. And just talking about Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts in every category almost just gets you excited to know that we have real playmakers on this team. I'm getting more and more excited. Can't wait to come back again. Let's get a Sixers win tomorrow. Want to throw that out there.
Yes,
and
sir.
of course,
Go
go
Sixers.
Birds.
I want to just say thanks again for everyone who stuck it out. Obviously, practices have started. The rookie practices started a couple weeks ago. Now we're getting guys out there just stretching. Even the stretching, you're like, yes, they're stretching. You're stretching those hamstrings. The juices are flowing. I'm ready. I'm geeked about football again. I want to be there at the practices. I'm waiting on my second shot. I want to get out to these games. I'm trying. It's the door is wide open now. It's like we have that opportunity to get back to normal, guys. So it's right around the corner, and I'm just wishing the best for everyone so we can get back to doing the things we want to do and do it safely. But for me and the guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly.